All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Nana, episode 40. All
Don't
right.
you love it when, the press is just causing a storm and getting all up in your business, and then you're like, yeah, fuck you guys. I'm going to basically do like a declaration of love that they don't even realize is happening.
Nope. Because
it's like flaunting your privacy on public television. I love it.
Yeah. And they're like, wait. Oh, we must get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
What did she mean?
Yeah.
What is the
The
story?
mystery words, the mystery Hachiko.
Yeah. And the specific 9 people that actually do know what she's talking about are just
Indeed.
like, it's all right. You did good, kid.
Yeah. Not bad.
Not bad. Yeah, exactly.
Right. I'm so excited. Like we've been going through a rough part of Nana.
That's
Not
true,
like
that's
in quality.
true.
I'm talking in like emotional
Emotional
well-being.
damage.
Right? Mm-hmm. I needed that. I really needed that. And so now I'm like, yes, let's go. Oh wait, but then there's only so much of the show left, and it's just hiatus land
and also
forever.
just the place that they're still in as they're separated. So
Yeah. Please let us have like a like a
you're
happy
thinking way
ending.
too far ahead, man.
No, I know. I hope it's not like one of those like oh god, now go read the manga cliffhanger, kind of things.
That's exactly what it will be.
Yeah, but I can dream, right?
Oh, you can do whatever you want. I'm just telling you what reality is.
Let's go.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
ねえ見た今朝のモーニングセブン見たナナ誰それ例の女嘘どの女かなりムカつくんだけどでも超綺麗な人
The average just school conversations.
をして名前を売るなんて今の子はすごいわね許せないわよねレンを騙すなんてあら奥さん本庄レンのファンなの私も缶コーヒーの CM 見て以来ベースの人がめちゃめちゃかっこよかってナナよりあの人の名前は
I love how the response changes with the age demographic.
Yeah.
店長意味わかりません
That's fantastic.
Well,
やるしかないんじゃない
they're ready to debut now.
の騒ぎに便乗して売り出してもただの祭り上げだ。明日この雑誌が発売されたらますますナナは叩かれるぞ。
But
されたら元も子もないし今は下手なこと言わずに従った方がいいよ、そういう真っ当な考え方は上から疎まれるだけだ。今回の件が事前に川野さんの耳に入らなかったのがいい証拠。
sure.
And they do want to actually make music, so you are kind of giving the band members what they want.
分かっててマスコミもこのネタに乗ってきてるんだよ。
Right.
もう祭りは始まってるんだ、今さらみこしは
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can't stop the flow of it, Mal. Like,
なめやがったあのタヌキ親父こんなしょぼい安宿 スイートルームとかデラックスルームとか用意しろよ本当そうですよね失礼しちゃいます
so inconsiderate.
待ってもらえただけでもすごいと思うけど
Sure.
でもせめてルームサービスのあるホテルにしてほしかったよお腹すいた
何か買ってきましょうか
お寿司
かしこまりました
Immediately. Yes! Thank you. Oh!
ミサトちゃん？
おかえりなさいヤスどうでしたかガイアの様子は
Well,
What are you doing? Yeah.
で心配してすっ飛んできてくれたんだよさすがだろでもナナさんすごくお元気そうで安心しました
Yasu's face.
だったな。
シンがメールで知らせてくれたんです
Nice.
気が利く
Okay.
な
I was gonna say, he's probably terrified that she was able to figure out where they were, but no.
Yeah.
Texting.
ほら自由に出歩けないしいろいろ用事頼めて助かるよね
712号室です
Ah!
何でもお申し付けください
She already moved in.
yep.
ガヤの西本さんからの差し入れなんだけど。
Yeah.
ミサトちゃん、俺の分食ってくれる？
やった差し入れ
I actually genuinely think I've seen that logo before on the bag.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's a pretty popular thing in Japan.
ないから。
すいませんいつもずうずうしくて
Not at all. You're helping out a ton.
制作部の部長さんだ。
みたいな人だよね
きつね
うさんくせにも程があるぞガイアナナさん特上寿司
Oh my god!
いいやつだな西村高いもん食わせてくれるってことは決まりそうなんですかデビュー
ああ、 話題性だけで金になると踏んだんだ。
We're doing it.
やりやすいことする狐だね。
This is technically our breakout sushi meal.
Yep.
気になれなきゃ契約書にサインしなきゃいいだけの。
Yes, good.
そうですね。すいません、つい。
何言ってんだよ。やるしかねえだろ。
I knew she'd say this, but
Right.
like I like that they were bringing it up.
こうなったらとことん利用させて
Because
も
they
らうぜ。
weren't going
本
to
庄
give
蓮。
you a chance.
どんな汚い手を使ってでも。
Oh, she's so cool.
Yeah.
So fucking cool.
ねぐらいの大物になってやる。
I know, I know, I know.
部屋で塞ぎ込んでいらっしゃるとか。
お坊ちゃまは軟着で困るよ。
Oh.
Yeah.
俺はもう食い物にはだ
Yeah.
こんな形でデビューが決まっても全然嬉しくねえんだけど、よくナナはやる気になれるよな。
Hey,
誇りが
all's
どこへや
fair.
った？
逆境に立ち向かうことがナナの誇りなんだよ。
Yeah, she's getting revved up by this so that she can avoid the pain of it.
よくガイアはサウンドなんか何でもいいんじゃねえか。
That's why you need to take this deal.
タギも多分ガイアが一枚噛んでるよ。
やっぱり
これはあくまで川野さんと松尾さんの推測だけどな。あのモーニングセブンを放送したテレビ局は
Gotcha.
ガイアが曲をタイアップしてる番組もいくつかあるらしくて、まあ仲良くやんなきゃ何かとまずい間柄ってわけだ。
Sure.
俺らのバンドをあんな形で紹介する
Yep, setting them up for later content.
俺たちのプロモーションを兼ねた作りになってたのは多分ガイアが放送許可する代わりに出した条件だな。それで外して俺たちが潰されてもガイアには何の損失も出ねえし。
マジ最低だな。
That's cutthroat.
どこと手を組んだって多かれ少なかれそういう不透明な部分はあるよ。ただガイアは乗り気にさえなりゃ半端じゃねえ額の良さを回してくれる。
Right, because it's not personal. They just don't think you'll succeed.
Yeah, you don't feel like you have a lot of agency. You gotta be willing to fight. You gotta be
Right.
cunning, yeah. Alright, take that tea and down it.
Yep. And enjoy that sushi.
つけたら午後のワイドショーでレンが報道陣に囲まれていた。国際空港のロビーを無言で足早に歩くレンを見て、また少し置いてきぼりを食わされた。いつかあの倉庫街でまた二人で暮らそうと話したことがボーカリストとして成功することよりなんだかありえない夢物語みたいに思えた。
How would that ever happen?
Yeah.
レンが外国行っちゃったってことは、匠も行っちゃったのかな。私を置いて。
京介も自分でナナのこと呼んどいてさっさと学校行っちゃうし、ほんと男って。
かな。喧嘩したままなのにどうしよう。
I mean, you've got a really
ナ
nice
ナ
place all to
あんた
yourself
もう
right
田舎に
now.
帰りなよ。誰にとってもそれが一番いいって。
ダメだよ。せっかくナナがあんな素敵な励ましのメッセージを。
Oh, she did! She did!
あれ、励ましのメッセージなの？
ナナがこんなに辛い目にあっても頑張ってるんだから。
Oh my
That
god.
is fantastic.
Yes!
楽しみだね、ロンドン。元気かな、ステラ。
Ugh.
誰？ステラって。
匠の現地妻。現地妻。
Oh my gosh.
国までいるんだ。
ブロンドよ。
ブロンド。
イギリスだけじゃないのよ。他にもね。
Oh my god.
つながって。アメリカ、中国お疲れ様です。
どうかした？
While they're talking about that.
Right.
今朝ひどいこと言って。
今朝
He's like, wait, what is she talking about?
めんどくさいって何？
部外者は黙ってろ。ああ
That's so low on his radar right now.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
多分半月くらい。
半月も？
たったの半月じゃん。
Oh my god.
さあ、ええねんだし、同じことだろ。
同じじゃな 全然違う。
そうとにかくそういうことだからさ。
That is amazing.
里帰りでもしようかな、寂しいし。
ああ、そうすれば。つうかお前結局どうすんの？
Yeah, are we actually gonna...
私は自分の家庭を持ちたいの。何があろうと匠と子供と3人で幸せを築いていくって決めたんだから。
ちゃんとイギリス土産も買ってきてやるから。何か欲しいもんある？
ダイヤの指輪。
ああ、そういやまだ買ってなかったな、婚約指輪。何号
7号。
了解。
Seven. Oh. Oh.
純ちゃん、お土産エンゲージリングだって。
おめでとう。
Congratulations.
追い求めている理想と押し寄せてくる現実はいつも睨み合って。
No, not really.
チコって何ってメールが入りまくりで、出会い系より迷惑なんだけど。
ああ、ごめん。
いいけどさ、無難にお前の飼い犬ってことにしといたよ。
私と関わんなきゃあんたはもっと平和な毎日を過ごせたはずなのにね。
いいんだよ、好きでやってることだし。俺はきっとナナという名前の女に翻弄される物語。
Ah, you are!
の物語だよ。
信夫物語。
Oh,
じゃ
Not
あ
quite.
次に登場する女の名前もナナだな。
それは勘弁してほしい。
oh no, I can't take another one of those.
あんたには悪いけどさ、やっぱり私の中から8はどうしても消せないよ。
俺の中からも全然消えてくれそうにねん。
Yeah.
もう8の物語の中から俺はもう消えたんだ。
Shit.
Yeah.
That is a line.
純ちゃん見て、綺麗な月が出てるよ。
それよりあんた、ここに泊まるつもり？
She's like, can you go?
Yeah.
私ね、純ちゃん。あの満月の夜が。
Also, I need to close the sliding door so that, like, bugs don't get in.
ひとときだったよ。
あの満月の夜って？
欲しいものが全部手に入ったような気がして、夢と希望で胸がいっぱいになって、未来がキラキラ輝いて見えたの。あんな陰りのない幸せに。
Oh my god.
なんだってやれると思ってたけど、いざとなったら結局何にもできなかったし、本当にもうどうしようもねえし。あいつだってなんかもうマジ最低な女なのに、なんでこう諦めがつかねえんだよ。
諦めることねえよ。まだ望みはある。
どの辺に？
協力すりゃいいんだよ、私の作戦に。
何の作戦
8個を取り戻せ大作戦。
またそんな犬呼ばわりして。
死の子の言わずに男なら戦え。
言われなくても戦うとも。
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yep, Fox and Tanaki.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. He's like, I know you can
This
see
is
it.
serious. All right.
All right, London. The bands are assembling from across the world, though.
タイトルも下世話だけど、中身も相当なもんだぞ。祭りの仕掛け人は多分そこだな。よっぽどお前の女が気に入ったみたいね。
Damn.
いやは調子に乗って祭りに加担してるし、嫌な予感がするんだよね。
He's got good instincts. Yeah.
ご返却ですか？ナナちゃん？
Yeah.
久しぶり、中村さん。
Oh my gosh.
もしもし、あちこさん、ブラストのデビューの日が決まりましたよ。本当？いつ？ねえ、マリちゃん。うちのシングルの発売日っていつだっけ？ 10月31日ですよ。
Oh
They're
shit.
declaring war.
Oh my god.
Will be yours. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Debut, and they're going directly after Trap Nest with releasing their single the exact same day.
Holy
intentionally.
Shit. Yep.
Basically saying, yeah, we're coming for you. This is war.
Right.
You fuck with our Hachi.
Yep. Fuck around and find out.
Gonna find out.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I love it.
I also love the singles cover.
Oh yeah.
They use for the promo material.
Yep. It's great.
Because it's it's the cigarette, so it's that's why their name is such. But then it's also the smoke and the shadow coming off of them, like
it works
dark
with their
harbingers
vibe.
of
absolutely,
of justice, or
right?
what
Whereas
have
you just know that that Trap Nest has a much more glam and glitz kind of.
Oh, I would say also a more professional looking thing. Like theirs looks like some kind of specific kind of moody art piece,
right? Like we are it definitely is we are the underdog that's chomping at the bit.
Yeah, you don't really know us yet.
Right, exactly.
And you will soon, but we're not going to use our full faces and everything yet, like Trap Nest
Yeah, build
does.
the mystery, I'm hyped, and the
I'm
bands
hyped,
don't even exist.
Right.
They
don't. It's true. That is the show. Honestly, I could sell you on the show just like this. You're going to get hyped for bands that don't even exist.
Right.
And
the thing is
and that's not even the lion's share of the story.
No.
That's just a part of it.
That's just the way in which, because these characters care about music, that is the tool that is used in order to get at the character internals, right?
Exactly. Yep.
But
it's so fun.
So even in the same episode where Hachi's like, no, I'm gonna be happy with him forever. I'm gonna stay with him and all that stuff and everything that I said. Where I was like, hey, oh, I'm finally conscious and thinking straight. Nope, I'm not doing that. No.
In some ways,
at the same time,
I finally feel for Jun-chan here. I was just like,
while at the same time, then having the, I think I was happiest on that full moon night when Nobu
Wait, you can realize that, but you're it's my life is so doomed already I can't change anything.
It's the Dr. Phil gif of the, falling out of the chair, holy shit.
Her mind is so full of fuck right now. It's hard to untangle the web, but I get it. She feels like she's doomed it entirely. And yet, she still has a hero. Mm-hmm. And she'd love to have that hero become that iconic person, which is so classic, Hachi's selfishness.
Oh, yeah.
But even still, it's not that it's just that. She does love her. She does want her to succeed.
Oh,
she does want her to achieve her dream. So when she sees the graffiti on the underside of the bridge, she's like, fuck that. I will cover that shit up.
Yep.
And I'll put a little bit of Nana love on here.
Right. And the idea that the person who made that graffiti is absolutely going to come back there and be like,
what the fuck? What?
God damn. I have a nemesis, right?
Yeah. Graffiti's harder.
Yeah, exactly. I absolutely feel like I understand Hachi, right? Both on
we've seen her patterns
both
long
on
enough.
Big air quotes, intellectual level and an emotional level, right? And it's okay, you go, girl.
It's tough when you have that omniscient perspective, right?
Right, but also...
Right. I think this is the benefit of most dramas having the omniscient perspective.
Okay.
A lot of specific types of media have to rely on the first-person perspective.
Sure.
And primarily, what that's used for is to limit, basically, the reader's perspective. But if you want even more spice, it's harder to write the story this way because then all of it has to make sense.
Right.
Instead of just the perspective that could be flawed on some measure.
Sure.
So, if you then show us all the ways in which it could end up working out, but it's not because these are what the characters believe and the way they see things, then you're like, now you have even more spice because you know how things could be resolved, but you're like, they won't do it because they're flawed characters. And you just,
Yeah.
pain! Lots of pain.
Right. That's basically the show.
That's the show.
And then in the midst of all of this, right, we can have the whole like the conversations between Nobu and Nana, which I did love.
I really liked that. Yeah.
I really liked that. And yet there's this part of me that's always been watching for like the oh no. When does the toxic part of this relationship like rear its ugly head? And we literally had them basically just naked in bathrobes, straddling
grabbing each other by the back of the neck.
Yeah, on a bed, right?
Yeah,
while having been drinking, and it's like nothing happens, and there's not even an acknowledgement from the characters of that having even been a possibility. Which I'm torn because on the one hand, I'm like, oh, this is so awesome that these characters are so close, basically. That even if there was if there was attraction in the past, that's so done with basically that they can be near each other in a very intimate setting without that being an issue. And yet at the same time, is it that isn't actually an issue, or that they're just not acknowledging it or being careful about it, and so then later down the line something's going to happen,
specifically Nana
is intentionally
trying to dig her claws back into Nobu.
Get Hachi back into my garden.
Backyard,
right? Yeah, exactly. So it's like
These are the problems with Nana. This is the episode where we're like, hey, here's the problems with the Nanas.
Also, I gotta say, Nana, you were this close.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Say it, because I want that to. Because I think you know what I'm talking about too, and I want to hear you say it so that way y'all can know how big of a deal this is.
Oh, with the.
Not to put you on the spot.
No. Wait, like actually, you just go for it. Like
with Nana being like, Nobu, I'm sorry.
Oh, that wasn't what I was thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
But with the Nana being like, Nobu, I'm sorry. It's like, okay, awesome, and then she goes off into the weeds. Nobu, I'm sorry. It would have been better if you hadn't known me. No. Stop that bullshit. Because what that is, that's not actually an apology. That's an, oh me. Now reinforce me and tell me that that's not the case. There's nothing about that's an apology. It's selfish and self-centered, right?
Yeah.
But what she could have done is been like, Nobu, I'm sorry. I've really not been treating our friendship very well, and kind of maybe been treating you like shit and stuff.
But he still would have done the same thing. Like, no.
Well, no,
I would only be here because I.
Well, no, because then he could have at least had the opportunity to respond to it, and then maybe also apologize for maybe the stuff that he does or something, right?
Yeah.
But instead, it's I'm gonna go to such an extreme that is like, no. What are you doing?
Yeah.
That's not. There is no apology in there whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
And that's actually just the way in which he's trying to dig her claws in more.
Well, I also think that this is probably the other thing that this happens a lot, honestly, specifically in anime, and I think this is a Japanese thing specifically, is that apologizing is like saying hello. So, sorry for my existence bumping into you and corrupting you. Oh, no. I'm sorry for making you think that your existence would actually be an inconvenience to me. Oh, no. I'm sorry that this conversation has gone on too long. Like, apologizing for, existing.
Yeah, sorry, could I borrow a bit of your time real quick?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the equivalent of that. But in this, it's the more sincere version of, oh, I'm sorry, I've been, making life pretty rough for you. It's not necessarily that deep, but I am with you in that the way I see it is exactly how you see it too. It's just the kind of thing where this happens so often, specifically with adult characters, that it's like, right, okay. They're not necessarily meaning that, but yes, you could infer absolutely what you're meaning based on the subconscious stuff, but whether or not they're actually overtly thinking
that could absolutely be something, right? Because well, Hachi is clueless. Nana is also a different kind of clueless that we've seen to the point in which she removes memories, right? Because she must remain clueless.
Well, I think that's just where we have had reminded of us for a lot that Nana is fragile. She's actually not that strong. There's an element of something that I actually love that characters will do this sometimes, is that we will get so attached to a persona of a character that when they actually start revealing who they really are, it's usually the parts of them that are really flawed. It is in such stark contradiction to the persona that you'll go and be like, oh, so there's obviously some deception here. And it's like, no, actually, I would say because it's so directly opposite, that's how you know that they're aware that this is the problem.
Right.
So the persona is even more crafted with intentionality to cover up for the flaws there.
This is one of the things that I've talked a decent amount about with my writing group, because it's very difficult to communicate with fictional characters.
Yes.
Hey, there's this part that is the fake them that they put forward, and then maybe here's the other like real them, because it's very easy for that to just come across as like inconsistent character writing. But the thing is that people are inconsistent. Right?
Not only but what you need to do is basically have consistent things that make them shift.
Right.
And usually this is I would say what makes shows like Nana such masterful writing experiences to enjoy is that usually what they'll do is they'll tie that to a character. And in this case, we literally have Hachi being the focus point for Nana's inconsistency. That's the point, is that Nana and Hachi are like this, that in the story sense of things. Their plots will weave consistently around each other, and therefore it's convenient that also from that standpoint, for Nana, whenever Hachi is involved with things, Nana ends up either putting on even extra airs of her persona to try and be that hero, or she completely falls apart when things become more tenuous and there's more stress and struggle with the Hachi connection relationship.
Yeah.
So it's things go into extremes, specifically with Hachi being involved for Nana. But then when she's with Yasu or when she's with Nobu, then she can be, or Ren, she can be more truly herself. She can actually like fall into those more flawed kind of traps specifically that are like subtle.
To maybe even take it a step further than that, it's the idea that all of the different guises that we don are still part of ourselves, right? Because they come from us. And so, you know, it's that all of them are you, and it's the struggle to try and figure out a way to be yourself in a way that is like, you know, the most functional, right?
Someone said this, but I'm going to butcher the quote here basically, but there's an element in which you cannot help but speak the truth. There is an element in which we as human beings, even if we were to lie perfectly, there would be something physical about us that would reveal the actual truth in it. The idea that when you do kind of a half lie or a joke or a little thing like that, you are communicating something true about yourself in that moment.
Sure, even if it's just the, well, why'd you choose that lie? What's the motivation for the, I don't want this thing to be known, right?
Yeah.
Like that's essentially communicating an insecurity if they are able to realize that the facts of what you are saying don't line up. You know?
So when we're in relationship, that's why everything comes down to listening, is that if you're the slower one to speak and you're taking the time to listen to what they're saying, even if they're being completely honest or completely bullshitting, you will still hear the underlying truth throughout whatever it is if you're paying attention.
Hence, like with the whole thing of Nana apologizing to Nobu, right?
Exactly.
There is definitely that part where she's like, I've made your life difficult, right?
Right.
And also, you know, right? The other thing that she's really wanting to get at, whether she's consciously aware of it or not. Side little things from the episode, because, you know, there was so much wonderful meat to it.
Ren was hilariously funny, but also even more Takumi with his like, wait, what is she talking about?
The vortex
of like going through all the list of things, and she's at the very bottom.
It's darkly comical for the like,
fucking
funny.
Oh,
you want a souvenir? Get me a ring. Oh, right, I haven't gotten you an engagement ring. You know, like, you know. But then at the same time,
all in the same context when they're joking about his writing in China, and
writing
the
name of his mistress in London with lipstick on the window, and yet when he goes, he then wipes it, he then smears it, right? So it's like, this guy's a piece of shit and everything, and he doesn't actually care about Nana.
I don't think he's actually going to start sleeping around now. Like,
or regardless of results, he is genuinely trying.
Yeah,
it's just that you're not a high priority. Right? And which is
especially right now that makes sense because of the whole drama and all
things
that.
Are on fire right now. But then also just the idea of like the sushi, and they're like, that terrible scumbag piece of shit. Whoa.
Like, wait a minute. Hold up. Let him cook.
Hang on. That looks real
I gotta say, this is something that I have realized more and more after having now gone to Japan, and I'm sorry if I'm talking about that a lot. I'm very...
You had a great trip.
I had a great trip, but one of the things that is more and more like realizing that is an underlying aspect of the way in which Japan is communally working towards... anime production companies are communally working towards the betterment of Japan in that every anime that has ever existed, has always made the food look really fucking good. The reason why that is not because they're actually just trying to make the food look good. They are taking real-life examples of specific things that when I looked at this list of 12, amazing sushi cuts here, I can identify 5 of these that I explicitly had, and they looked exactly like this.
Yeah.
And also, this isn't necessarily even the super fancy stuff. It's just like it's good sushi. But this is all advertisement of they're like, please, for the love of God, please come to Japan. We
have awesome stuff.
We have awesome stuff here. I swear. We will lay out the fucking red carpet for you. Please come to our...
It's great.
Our major cities eat our food.
Now I want sushi.
I know, I want sushi too. But basically, the moment that I was thinking about this was when Yasu was talking about corporations and they're all like this. It was just this thing where I was like, wait a minute, Yasu, this is a really cool bit for you to talk about this and the idea of the way in which people manipulate situations, and then once they've got them working for them, they're like, fuck morality and all that. Who cares? We've got a good thing going here. We can make money off of this.
Yep.
And then I see this part where the sushi comes up and it's gorgeous, and the characters all, and I'm like, wait a minute. I recognize that logo from that thing there. Wait a minute. I'm getting marketed to right now. I literally was like,
well, and also
it's
just
very, very quiet, and I would say very inobtrusive,
but also just the bookend to the commentary that Yasu's giving, where they're like, "How dare people be that way? Oh my God!" And then they and then it shows that no, everybody's like that.
Everybody's like that.
You just need to find what your thing is that makes you be like, "All right, yep, let's go."
I'm willing.
Right.
I'm willing. Is that fatty tuna?
Right.
Like a really fatty tuna? Oh my gosh.
Damn.
I will say also. Japan specifically converted me. Sushi rolls are overrated. Nigiri is where it's at.
It is.
Just having that melt in your mouth, just...
Yep.
It's so good.
Okay, all right, episode, right.
Episode, that's it. I've said all I need to say. I'm very happy about this.
Hachi, wanting to go back to hang out with your parents because you realize that you actually get lonely.
Oh, sure.
I think that's something that's worth bringing up because you were having your little fairy tale princess in the castle, even though it's a lie and all that stuff and yada yada, but you're okay with that, right? But a lot of that involved you being alone for a lot of it because Takumi wasn't around.
Right.
So why is it that now you don't want to be alone? Is that you won't get to see him ever, and like you won't see him like at the end of a workday or something like that?
Sure.
Or is there something else going on? Because like, is it as a result of the way things were left off? Like of the fight that you guys had before this happened, or what's going on? Because I was kind of surprised by that.
Yeah.
I would think that this would be hey, have fun,
right?
And now I get to do my thing here and then maybe invite people over or something like that, But instead she goes to visit her parents. Interesting.
Yeah. That'll be fun. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.